there has been an ongoing investigation here. They were circling the drain, as they say. A lot of his employees and appointed officials have come under scrutiny. A number have resigned. Of course, electronics have been confiscated. Eric Adams has been the only one charged so far in the case, but this has been a 10-month investigation. The prosecutors are alleging a 10-year scheme. And so it wasn't a big surprise, Eric Adams says, and he's actually happy that this has finally come to light in terms of what they are charging him with and what's going to potentially happen next. Now, can you tell me a little bit about how common it is for prosecutors to dig this deep for an indictment against a sitting mayor? You referenced or were part of the investigation into one of Los Angeles mayors. If you could compare a little bit about what happens in these sorts of situations.
So what happens on the campaign finance side is, without revealing all the investigative tips, if individuals end up contributing maximum amounts that have never contributed before, and they all have the same employer or the same address, or there's other sort of common bonds, that does raise red flags for straw donors. And, subpoenas can be issued for bank records and so forth to see if those individuals were reimbursed in the amount that they contributed. Believe it or not, it happens. People will actually deposit cash or checks from the individual who is the bundler, as we like to call it. Now, of course, oftentimes the feds will work on a tip. Someone might be arrested or charged with something else, and they might have information. And there was information here that Adams was selling influence both before and after he was mayor. So this is an investigation that's taken quite some time. Obviously, it became public when the raids happened last year, and Adams, in a very public way, had his phone seized by the FBI. So this is something we've been expecting for quite some time, and it's actually interesting. Obviously, Damian Williams, the U.S. Attorney in New York, in back-to-back weeks, unsealed indictments, and probably the two most high-profile investigations happening right now, one being, of course, Sean Combs, and now Mayor Eric Adams. And, he's no stranger to these public corruption investigations. Obviously, last time we spoke, I believe, Leanne, you and I were talking about Senator Menendez. So this sort of falls in that same category.
Yeah, the Southern District of New York is wasting no time. Damian Williams is making a name for himself as the U.S. Attorney of Manhattan, filing all these really high-profile indictments and getting the attention of the entire country and the world, especially in the case of Sean Diddy Combs, who everyone knows as like megastar. So in this particular case, New York is sort of reeling in a way because there's a lot of controversy of whether Mayor Adams should resign. Some people are calling for his resignation. He is, of course, saying that it can be business as usual.